So I'm leveling my priest today, and I thought I haven't done my priest in a while. Let me turn the music down. So in vanilla WoW, I mained a priest, and all through most of the game, priest has always been one of probably my most played characters. So if you look at, in regards to the priest leveling, let's take a look at the build I use right now for vanilla WoW. And I'm not the best priest in the world when it comes to leveling in vanilla. I don't really know the fastest way. I use a wand leveling build, which I got off of the status forums, but it's a pretty good build that bases your mana. You're trying to eliminate the downtime of mana, having to drink. So you want to go for 5/5 with one spec. You want to go for 5/5 with Spirit Tap. Obviously, the Spirit Tap is huge to help regenerate your mana after each kill. You want to go for Spirit Tap. I think the first 2 points, your first two leveling, level 10 and level 11, you'll go Spirit Tap 2 out of 5. And then I think, according to the guide, let me take a look. I've actually got a guide I'm going through that I found on Astarius. It's actually a really good guide called The First 45. And I kind of was using it on a different priest on a different vanilla WoW private server, and I kind of liked it. I'm gonna pull that go out. It's pulling that up on my Discord. So it's pretty basic. I just shield myself, throw in a Shadow Word or a Mind Blast, Shadow Word Pain, and just wand. As long as the mobs are like this, like one or two or three levels beneath me, I can pretty much kill these guys pretty fast. I like to kill by grinding. I'm not a big quest person. Obviously, the fastest way to level is always going to be doing quests. But just doing this right here, just killing these mobs, I can level pretty quickly. Let me take a look at my mana. It's at 93%. So, you're killing these mobs pretty fast. There's not much downtime. You want to have a decent wand, of course. I've got the Sable Wand, which I think was a quest item reward. Quest reward. And let me turn the music down even more. So the other thing I really want to talk about with the priest when you're leveling is how to heal. How you heal as a priest. You do downrank your heals, and this has been talked about a lot in a lot of different videos. But if you look at my gear, I'm going for plus healing gear. So plus healing, right here, you've got the bracelets of healing. You've got the pagan breeches of healing. So when you get these items with plus healing, then you can downrank and heal dungeons with like lower rank spells. Like at this level, since I'm only level 20, I'm using the highest rank lesser heal, but I could, if I wanted to, down rank that. I don't have flash heal right now, but I can learn flash heal. I think you get it at level 20. But it uses so much mana. I'm basically just renewing people and hitting them with lesser heal, and I don't have any problem keeping people up unless the tank pulls more than 3 mobs. It has more than 3 mobs hitting him. Do I even break a sweat at all? Priests are very strong in vanilla. Holy priests are the strongest, the most efficient healers in raids. What else? There's something else I was gonna say, and I forgot it. But let me go back to the guide real quick. Let's see, guides. Priest guide. Here we go. And I'll link this guide in the video, description, so you guys can take a look at it. It's a nice guide. So basically, you want to go 2 of 5 on Spirit Tap, and then you want to max out your wand, so 5 of 5, then finish out Spirit Tap. So by level 20, you're going to have what you see on my talent trees, which is 5 of 5 on Spirit Tap, and 5 of 5 on Wand Specialization. Then you're going to move into Holy Specialization and Divine Fury. This is just getting the critical chance on Holy Spells, because you can't, And Divine Fury is going to reduce. This is more of a healing. It's kind of a healing build, but with the Spirit Tap and the improved wand, that's what designates this really as a wand leveling build, obviously. But it is going to be spec so that you can heal, quite well. But we are going to go into Holy Reach and Searing Light, which are going to enable. Let's see. We're going to go into here into Holy Reach. I gotta remember where they're at. Here's Searing Light. Okay, here's Holy Reach. So Holy Reach is going to increase the range, increase the range of your Smite and Holy Fire spells, and then Searing Light is going to increase the damage of Smite and Holy Fire spells. So if you go with this type of build, you can smite people down pretty fast as well. Now, right now, I don't really need to do that, but let's say if I wanted to use Smite, I could do, I could cast this, do Power, Shadow Word Pain, and then Smite. Maybe throw in, maybe 2 Smites. I don't know if it's that much faster than just using my wand. It is. It'll be a lot better once I get to the point where I'm using Searing Light and I'm doing more damage. Then with Holy Reach, I can start casting at a greater distance. So I might even start off with. I'm not sure what the max. I might even just start off with Smite because I could do it at a greater distance. Right now, it looks like Mind Blast and Smite. Let's see which one. They look like they have the same range right now. So I usually start with Mind Blast, Shadow Word Pain, and then just do one. Now, if you're at lower levels, I'd say from levels like 10 to 20, you can actually use Star Shards, and it actually is really, it's a really nice ability when you're lower level, but it doesn't scale very well. So let's try doing the rotation that I was using around a level 12. I can't remember when you get Star Shards. I think you get it around level 10. The rotation I was doing then is I would just do Mind Blast, Shadow Word Pain, and then I would do Star Shards. And it's a channeling ability. But you can see now at this level it doesn't scale well enough. So right now it's pretty much useless. But I would say from level 10 to 15, that rotation would work really well, doing the Mind Blast, Shadow Word Pain, and then Star Shards. You'd be taking down your target pretty quickly with that rotation. But right now, I just like Mind Blast, Shadow Word Pain, and just start using my wand. As long as you have a good wand, then this will work pretty well. I mean, I'm not having any problem taking these guys down quickly. I kind of wanted to get into a Deadmines run. Just because it'd be nice to get a little footage of me healing in an actual instance. But we'll see. I've actually was able to find some pretty nice items. Here's a plus 18 healing spell belt. Some of these drops I've gotten while I'm leveling my other characters. And so this priest has just been sitting here. She's my enchanter, so she's been sitting in Stormwind. Screwed that rotation up, but she's been sitting in Stormwind. Just auctioning stuff off for me, doing tailoring and enchanting. So you can see her tailoring is at 209, her enchanting's at 213. But she's just level 20. So I've leveled my paladin up to 43, and I've leveled a couple other characters, like my hunter's like 36, my rogue's like 29 or something, my hunter's a 34, or 36, I guess I said, didn't I? Anyway, so I've gotten a lot of drops that were usable by my priest, so she's actually got quite a litany of of cloth items in the bank, of items that are usable over the next 15 levels. But now I need to actually level her up a little bit. As far as my keybinds, that's the thing that I wanted to talk about, is my macros again. Because macros, I think, are really important for any class. But, I always use the same macros, super macro, and I go in and basically create spells like this, you know, slash script cast spell by name, the heal, the spell, and the rank. Now this will heal, you know, me. So like whoever I have targeted, it's gonna cast the heal on me. So if I have this guy targeted, you know, it's gonna cast the heal on me. Now if he was obviously if he was a friendly player, it would cast on him. My keybinds, if you look at my keybinds, I use 3 for heal, shift 3. So basically what I do is 3 is heal my target, 4 would be flash on my target, 5 would be greater heal my target, and then when I add shift to those, it heals me. So 3 heals my target. If I do shift 3, it heals me. Same thing with renew. A cast renew on my target, shift A cast renew on me. And I pretty much follow that kind of logic on my priest and all her spells. And it works out nice. It's very simple to heal. Healing is very easy. It's funny how many bad healers you'll run into in Warcraft Vanilla, but it's not difficult to be a good healer. You only have to know just a few concepts. So, pretty simple, pretty boring. Leveling a priest can be kind of boring. Excuse me, looking for a group. Dead Minds. Just trying to level out this level to 21 and I'll hit my trainer. And you could, if you really wanted to not take any damage on it, I could throw in a fear, but... and just, I mean, I could probably kill these mobs without hardly getting hit at all. I'd probably get hit once. But it's just, you know, it's extra effort. You don't really need to. You know, like if I go up here and I toss shield, you know, mind blast him, and then I could just fear him. Fear. Just to minimize the amount of damage I'm taking, but it's not necessarily, it's just not really worth it. You're blowing extra me. I mean, I guess it's alright. I don't really care. I'm too lazy for that, I guess. I'm running out of Coca-Cola, and that's a travesty. So yeah, on the macros, you just want to have those macros so that you can hit a keybind and it'll heal you automatically. You don't have to target; it'll target for you. That's about it. You know, my other macros, I always have control. R is always my bandage or res if I'm a character that has res. C is fear. Z is going to be fade. F, Shadow Word Pain. My keybinds, I use the same ones. They're like like if I have a keybind that's fear on any class, it will always be the same keybind. So like a warrior fear would probably be the C key. Priest fear is the C key. If I had a warlock cast that was fear, it'd probably be the C key. I try to keep them the same so that my brain doesn't have to really worry about what class I'm on. The keybind's the same. It's like, oh, I'm gonna cast fear. Okay, it's just a keybind, you know. Don't have to worry about it. If I chain abilities, like when I play games like Terra, what I do is I set up my keybinds to kind of flow naturally into each other. So if I was going to do a combination in Terra, like with a warrior where I would do one attack, then to another attack, and there was like a four attack combo, it would usually be like A, Shift A, D, Shift D. You know, it's easy to use those key combinations that are on the same key. So it's always, keep that in mind if you're set up combos for keybinds. I think mentally your brain just handles it easier. Not like moving your fingers all over the keyboard to execute combos. So I'm level 21. According to my guide, if I'm going to follow the guide, I would go into Holy Specialization. Now, the purpose of doing the build this way is to reduce downtime. If you go into Shadow, you'll just burn mana. I don't care what anybody says. In Shadow Spec, you burn through mana way faster than with just wanding people down. But it's more fun. The problem I have with Shadow is it's a little buggy in vanilla. Casting Mind Flay can be a little bit buggy. I'm sure that people have macros that'll allow you to spam Mind Flay, but I found it to be in vanilla just still a little bit buggy. I don't have a helm, I don't have any magical shoulders, rings. So many items I need to get. As you can see, I'm a level 21 Night Elf Priest. I'm a peasant in the guild Knights of Faith. It's my guild, of course, but the first rank is peasant. Let's take a look at the guild. So, you're a peasant, then you get promoted up to foot soldier, then you're a Templar, faithful one, and of course the guild leader Q-Faith is God's right hand. Note, divine protector of our Lord. Yeah, I'm a dork. I really kind of wanted to do a Dead Minds group. I was just watching a really cool video that was done by another YouTube streamer. What was this? Let's see if I still have the video up. I don't think I do. But it was a priest. It was kind of like the legacy of the priest in vanilla World of Warcraft. And it was pretty funny. He explained that the discipline tree originally, and I didn't actually know this, and I played vanilla when it came out in 2004. But I didn't know that the disc tree originally was going to be a tanking spec. That you could go tank dungeons as a disc priest. That's why Mind Blast actually causes so much threat. And that's probably also why you have Inner Fire. So you could basically just tank people up. That would have been really interesting. And I guess they decided to not do that. But I really wish they would have left it in, because having a priest you could tank I think would have been really kind of interesting. Would have been very interesting. Westfall's kind of pretty. It's not a bad zone. And my wand skill is still not maxed out. Let's move a little bit further away and pop a fear here. Go ahead and heal ourselves up a little bit. And as you can see, the overpowered priest is already back at 100% health. Priest at low levels are very strong. I guess really at any level, no, they're pretty strong as far as like trying to kill one. I remember in Burning Crusade, maybe it was Cataclysm. I could take rogues one-on-one, and if the rogue wasn't very skilled, like if he was just a decent rogue, I could kill him one-on-one in PvP. But if he was like really, really good or highly skilled, then of course I could not, because he would stun lock me too much. But I would catch rogues that were thinking, no, he's just a priest, I can take him out, and yeah, it's not as easy as you think. Disciplined priests were pretty badass. Need to rebuff. Need to turn on my buff watch here. So buff watch is nice. What you want to do is you want to buff the buffs that you want it to monitor. So I'm going to buff Power with Fortitude, and I'm going to buff Inner Fire. And then once I have those buffs up, I'm going. Although it doesn't show Inner Fire, like I said, it doesn't recognize that as a buff. Excuse me. Let me try something. But see, it does recognize Renew as a buff. So if I were to click on this right now, like this, when Renew falls off, it should give me a warning saying that you've lost one of your buffs. Let's see. See that buff watch monitor has expired. So now I have to literally unclick it, remove my buffs. You can right click on them, rebuff Fortitude, because I only want the ones that are showing here in the buff watch to be monitored. And once I have what I want in the buff watch window, then I click it, and now whenever Fort drops, it will notify me. It's a handy little add-on, especially when you're a paladin with 5-minute buffs. Oh, and you want to, if you're a paladin with 5-minute buffs, it's nice to have that on the group and in your party, so because the people will yell at you, oh man, can you redo Might, can you redo Wisdom? And if you have your buff watch on, it'll let you know, and you can rebuff it and have to listen to them yelling at you all the time. Which can be a little annoying. My mouse, my computer has been really acting up lately. I really need to buy a new computer. But you can see my mouse sensitivity is set super low. But I'm barely moving my mouse, and the screen's just, I mean, it's rotating very fast. So let me jump out real quick and have to go into the mouse controls in the computer here and knock down my movement speed. For some reason, it doesn't want to save. Like the pointer speed on the computer, on the desktop, on the computer itself seems not to be translating over to the game quite correctly. I don't know. It's still very like the computer rotation speed. My mouse moving across the computer is really, really slow. But wow, it's so much faster. Let's see if that's better. Yeah, that's much better. Still too fast. God, man, it's fast. Let's just knock it. It's actually all the way down. Okay, whatever. See if we can get a group. Looking for a group. Dead Mines. 20 Priest. Would be nice to get into a group here. And these guys aren't even going to give me experience. They're only level 14, so I'm going to head back up into the mountains. Actually, you know what? Let's head in and hit the trainer and see what we can learn. So, according to my guide, the talent points you would use. Let me go ahead and talk about this guide. This guy, he goes even through the formula of why, using this build is better than say like a shadow build. He just thinks the downtime is a lot better. And the rotation he's using is shield, smite, mind blast, shadow word, pain wand. Okay, so he's doing a little bit differently. He's throwing a smite in before mind blast. It says based on that. Also, you can throw a holy fire in there too. Actually, holy fire does pretty good damage. I don't think I have holy fire yet, do I? Let's take a look. Doesn't look like I have holy fire yet. Although I do think that's an ability I can probably pick up now. Anyways, I'm going to stop this video. And maybe I'll record another one if I get into a group into the Dead Mines. But there's not really a whole lot to talk about. Priest level leveling is pretty simple. Again, I will link the guide in the video. So if people look at the guide that I'm using, it's actually very helpful. Alright. Thanks for watching.